Hey guys, welcome to Online Youth Group. We're so excited to worship with you today. And the song we're going to be singing is My God is So Big. Let's sing it. Here we go. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. The mountains are His, the rivers are His, the stars are His handiwork too. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. Yeah! Great job. Now this time when we sing it, let's sing it with our tongue sticking out.
Nah.
No. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2. Now, but in the bed, the ball in the bed, and nothing, my heart in the bed, the ball in the bed, and Johnny had another idea for a motion we can do. What's another motion?
We could probably shake our heads while we sing it.
We can shake our heads like we're a rock band. All
Let's
right,
do
here
it.
we go. Oh, our God is so big, so strong and so mighty. There's nothing our God cannot do. Our God is so big, so strong and so mighty. There's nothing our God cannot do. The mountains are His, the rivers are His, the stars are His handiwork too. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. Amen.
Thank you guys for watching our video. Bye.
Thank y'all.
I'm going to read for you the book, Love Your Neighbor. I live in a house on Daffodil Lane where the kid next door is really a pain. Tim borrowed my bike and bent the front wheel, then said to me, "Hey, no big deal." As if that's not enough, he frightened my cat by swinging a big wooden baseball bat. Just by an inch, he missed Tabby's head, but what scared me most is what Grandma said. I complained to my grandma about this weird kid. I told her in detail everything he did. She listened and smiled and nodded her head, but I almost croaked when I heard what she said. She took down her Bible from up on the shelf and read, "Love your neighbor as you love yourself." I said to my grandma, "You've never met Tim. I'll gladly love anyone, but I can't love him." I waved bye to Grandma and went on my way. I hoped to forget all she had to say. Loving your neighbor may sound sweet and good, but not if your neighbor's named Timothy Wood. I wish I could move to an igloo somewhere where my next door neighbor's a big polar bear. I'd gladly invite the fine fellow for tea. He could sit by my fire and watch my TV. We could play checkers and police and crooks. Why, I'd even loan him my favorite books. To be a good neighbor, I'd surely love him, but please don't tell me I gotta love Tim. And what if I lived far away in the jungle? In loving my neighbor, I'd surely not bungle. Even if bunches of wild chimpanzees lived right next door, way up high in the trees. I'd let them go first when we swung on the vine, If they ate my bananas, I'd say, "Hey, that's fine." For monkeys don't know what good manners are for, and they couldn't be worse than Tim Wood is next door. Or what if I lived on a boat with a sail, where my closest neighbor's a great big blue whale? I'll be just as good and as nice as can be. I'd sure love my neighbor and hope he loved me. And what if the place that I called my home was the very same place that the elephants roam? I'd cut lots of grass and invite them to lunch. In the lake I'd pour grape juice to make purple punch. And if they forgot to say thank you or please, or didn't say bless you if someone sneezed, I wouldn't worry. I'd say, that's all right. We'd be friendly neighbors and we'd never fight. Or what if I wandered up north on the loose, where my nearest neighbor's a long-legged moose? To be a good neighbor, I'd cook a fine meal of moose-friendly food, not such a big deal. And even if 54 moose friends came too, I wouldn't be mad or make a to-do, because he's my neighbor. I'd be nice to him, and ever so grateful he's nothing like Tim. I sat on my front porch and dreamed what I'd do if I lived in a cave or a big city zoo. And all I imagined, no matter how grim, seemed pretty good compared to old Tim. Then I heard an odd noise, and I glanced at Tim's place, and there sat my neighbor with tears on his face. I watched in surprise, and then I felt bad. I wonder what made my neighbor so sad. I stood and I waved, and I called out, "Hello," then got off my porch and walked over real slow. "What's up?" I asked. "Is the world going to end?" He frowned and then replied, "I don't have one friend." I swallowed real hard and looked down at my shoes. I pondered, then wondered what I had to lose. He wasn't an elephant, moose, or a whale. He wouldn't leap trees or swing by his tail. Then all of a sudden I wanted to see if I could love Tim the same way I love me. I wasn't real sure about what he would think. He might laugh out loud or make a big stink. "Well, Tim," I began, "I'd like to be friends and get along better and make some amends." His eyes lit up as he said, "That's cool." And that's when I learned the golden rule. Now, most of the time, Tim and I have a blast, and I think that our friendship is one that will last. But sometimes we battle and both get defeated. That's when I remember how I like to be treated. And even on days when we just can't agree, I try to love Tim the same way I love me. And I keep these words in my heart and my head. Love your neighbor as yourself, just like Jesus said. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. Matthew 22:39.